All right, welcome back to Making Picks. My name is Nathan. I'm joined today with Mark. What's going on, Mark?
Doing all right. Weeks kind of going to continue to fly by. We're in December. It's officially the holiday season. Thanksgiving was kind of like, good here. Got a young niece and nephew. They ran me rampant on Thanksgiving, kind of like, morning. I was probably, borderline in a coma by like, 8:30. I'd be lying if I say that I made it all the way through the Buffalo, New Orleans scenes kind of like in a game. But, you know,
Nice.
everything's trucking along here. I understand that you had a nice little trip back to the hometown or to the home area in Michigan. Trust everything went well on your end.
Yeah, things were good. Very much enjoyed to get back, see family, and take that week off of Mark, you're in the same boat as me. We are constantly working, constantly doing what we do, and to take that break was pretty nice. And relaxing. Thanksgiving, the food was amazing. Uh Yeah, really no complaints other than, the trip back kind of sucked, traffic and different things, but,
Yeah,
uh, other than that, it was a good holiday. For those, obviously, Will couldn't make it this episode, just wanted to,
yeah. So he's still a loser. That's pretty apparent. I mean, nothing changes on that front here. I think he actually is a turkey. So
he's a turkey? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll get him back for next week, but for this week, it's just the 2 of us, yeah, no, I very much enjoyed my vacation, and then getting back was, I mean, it was like the parting the Red Seas with my work, so I had a ton of work leading up to be able to take that week off, and then when I got back, I had a ton of work waiting for me, so,
Yeah, yeah.
finally getting my head above water here, so but
Yeah, I mean,
what
look, same for us here. We're doing a lot of testing, so we'll be making some pretty significant announcements as we get closer to the close of 2021. Just a quick kind of business announcement because of the things that we're actually doing right now. The only way to play statement games, not sports host, but statement games, is through statementgames.com. Our app is still kind of fine, but whenever you log into the app, you're just not going to see any games that are populating. So just want to kind of make that announcement. We'll continue to make additional announcements like that on social media, but it is what it is for right now. Here, this is, hey guys, you stuck with us for that long, for this long. For those who have been with us for kind of a while, we are still very full fledged in startup mode. So things like this kind of come up here. So with that said, there's some really cool things here. So I mean, I'll make additional announcements as we get closer into the month here. But the biggest thing that we are kind of working on is complete full automation of our NFL product. So, real time scoring, notifications of how you're performing within tournaments in game. So, that's the type of stuff that we're working on right now. We actually have a lot of things that are firing within the statement games kind of environment. We have a lot of things firing in the sports host environment. However, our system is identifying the statement games app as almost like a completely separate standalone third entity and not necessarily part of the statement games infrastructure. So that's just something that we're tying up here. To be honest with you, it's probably going to be a little over a week. So this is not a 1 or 2 day kind of fix, but just bear with us. We'll get everything kind of firing, and we're pretty excited as we look to close out the year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it's exciting that in 2022 you'll have, NFL games automated, and I believe you finalized the NBA a few months back, correct?
Yeah, again, we're just gonna get through the NFL first, and then we'll just do some light cleanup like with the NBA. It is 100% confirmed in 2022. We will have full automation of the NFL, the NBA, the NHL, and Major League Baseball.
That's awesome.
There's probably going to be more as well. I don't want to,
Mhm.
you know, put my, dingling on the chopping block, so to speak.
Sure.
However, I'm pretty confident in saying that we will be adding some aspects of esports and some aspects of combat sports, whether it be Bellator, UFC, maybe some boxing, some type of like combination of that here. and we'll go from there. I'll actually even throw golf into the ring as well. But yeah,
Cool.
it's getting productized, separated, and there's some good stuff. There's a lot of light at the end of at the end of the tunnel. This has been a project that we've been working on since 2016. So
Okay.
it's hey, when you're a startup here, you do what you can when you can, and
Yep.
we've talked about it. Maybe as we make the turn to the new year here, we start bringing back into some shows about the business aspect of statement
Yep.
games here. I don't want to make this a business really kind of show, but felt a need to just make a general announcement on the status of the app. But there's some
Mm,
good things coming, I promise.
awesome. Very good. And you've had some good things, I guess, purchases you've made, for lack of a better term, in your personal life. Would you like to go into what those are?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sharing my screen. I'm not sure if you can kind of see it here. So there's a couple of different things here. So look, we always try and make this show fun. We're making picks and things like that here. But as entrepreneurs and business owners, we also like to dive into different, I guess, investments or different things that we're kind of like looking to pick up here. So a lot of craze around NFTs. I still have a lot of learning to do, but I did go ahead and make a couple of my first NFT kind of purchases. So I take a
Ah,
lot of pride in this because one, full disclosure, I am a Ranger fan, and two, since I've made this purchase, the Islanders have been complete dog shit. So I'm extremely happy kind of about that. They got a good team. They get hit by the COVID bug. Got a point the other night. Lost in overtime to San Jose, but let's see kind of what these guys kind of going to do. And although these kind of NFTs are a little bit more on the cheaper side, these were actually the best ones that I liked. So,
okay.
I mean, I'm not going to play the videos and things like that here, but you can kind of see this is from orangecomet.com is where I kind of made my purchases. I'm
Mhm.
actually into my collections, space right over here. I mean, the investments were kind of small. They were $15 and $25, but these products were sold out. So, I mean, this one right here, I looks like I got number 700 of 1,500, and
Mhm.
this one right here, I got 1,568 of 1972, which I thought was kind of cool because this is the first mask that their goalies or that their goalie kind of deployed when the team first came into existence back in 19 kind of 72. So, hey,
Cool.
look, I'm not dealing with a one of 10 or one of one type of a product like right here, but I mean, look, this is it's not like 1,500 or 1,972 is of 50,000 or 10,000 or anything like that here. It's still kind of scarce. So this is kind of what I kind of was able to take a look at here. The couple of questions that I actually have is kind of like this here. So obviously this is our Orange Comet, right?
Yeah.
If I went to a different platform and made a different purchase of like the NFT, obviously that's going to be another NFT that's kind of part of a collection of a completely different network. Now,
Y
I have seen that there's ways in which you can kind of bring all of your collections into one environment. I've actually kind of seen it here. However, I'm getting like a little nervous here because it said, and I don't want to, I don't know, I'll play around with it kind of like some more here. But one of the disclaimers that I read on this site here is that if I actually bring this NFT into another collection, I could corrupt the NFT that I bought, and the NFT could be lost forever. So that's the. So I guess my question is there an easy way in which, because hey, look, you know what, I can't necessarily, bounce back and forth of various different platforms to keep
Mhm.
track of all my NFTs that I'm acquiring or collecting. You know what I'm saying here?
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
just got to be an easier way to organize all that stuff here, and then that could be just a lack of education on my part. Could be something that's extremely easy to do, and this is how you kind of
Yeah.
going to do it. Or I don't know. This is something that we just got to deal with for the time being.
Yeah, so I know in cryptocurrency, which is what NFTs essentially are, there is a way of getting like your own personal wallet, they call it. And this
Correct.
could even be local to your computer. So it's not even on the internet. It's something where you see it like in your hard drive. Um, what I would say that yeah, you could probably corrupt it. in the sense that, you could corrupt any file that you transfer from one place to another, because that's essentially what it is. It's a file. I don't know the format of an NFT because, I haven't really created those things. But I would say that the technology is still really new. They're still figuring everything out. So I would probably imagine in a very short time span, they're going to have robust ways of transferring NFTs without a cause of corruption or very small percentage chance of a corruption. And then they'll probably have something that'll be local that you might be able to buy, like you run to Best Buy and you get like a hard drive,
All
like
right,
an
so
external type of
something
thing,
like that. All
and
right,
it's
all right,
encrypted in
okay.
a way that it'll hold it. I'd almost beg that they'll probably come out with a screen option on something so that you can have almost like your cell phone, and you have a hard drive with a screen on it, and you can flip through and see, oh, here's all my NFTs, and they're like literally on this drive.
All right, so to answer my own question here, there's got to be something that's available. Let's just kind of like dig into it like a little bit more.
Yeah.
But there is a solution to organizing your stuff into one centralized kind of like a location, as opposed to just being kind of like confined to this platform to make any purchase moving forward. Because I guess the bigger problem that I have like right now is that, look, I'm arranged. I can't have two Islander NFTs as my complete NFT kind of like a collection here. I got to kind
Yeah.
of like have something, which was kind of like funny because I was looking at some other things here. I saw something that was more New Jersey doubles kind of like related. I was thinking about buying that here, but I wasn't. I didn't like it like that much. It was cheap,
Mhm.
but then again, I was thinking, all right, you know what? All right, so now I made my collection even worse here. I have an Islanders and one doubles thing over here. I'm gonna have to buy something else to kind of like a part of it. So I don't know, kind of like let me know. So um I mean basically kind of like where I'm at here is if anybody's got like any recommendation on something cool, whether it be card related or sports related, that might be a good fit to expand on the collection, let me know. I'm kind of curious. Whether it's another platform, and maybe there's an individual out there who's looking to unload a piece of their existing kind of collection already. So uh, we'll kind of go from there. But other than that, that's I guess my NFT question for the week, just to kind of give you an idea of what other people kind of investing in here. I got a lot of things kind of going on here, but living on Long Island here, it's less than 3 hours. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking about uh, jumping into. I've heard a lot of good things about the Philadelphia sports card show here. It looks like they put this show on like multiple times a year. I'm thinking about kind of popping down on either Saturday afternoon or early kind of Sunday morning. I actually have family in that area as well, so it's not like I'm going to be pressed for things to do while I'm there, or even like a place to stay if I actually need to kind of stay a night here. So I'm thinking kind of about that here, but like there's just I don't know. This is always just a crazy time of year. You kind of have work. You have the holiday season. Um, yeah, we'll see. So I'll keep you posted if I
Yeah.
actually go to the show and if I actually pick anything up while I'm there. But the Rangers
Cool.
are like on fire. I see a lot of good opportunities with some Igor Shesterkin kind of cards. Adam Fox is lighting it up here. Won the Norris Trophy like last year. Third year in the league, and already, I'm going to make the bold claim here: the best defenseman in all of like the NHL. So typically, when I invest in sports cards here, I don't like buying cards of teams or sports that are kind of like taking place right now. Like for the most part here, I'd be looking at baseball cards just because it's the off season. Prices are probably dropped like a little bit here. It's out of sight, out of mind for people. You probably get some good deals and people just looking trying to unload stuff over here. But um, I think this goalie for the Rangers is extremely special. I don't want to wait any longer before I start making some decent purchases of some Adam Fox kind of rookie cards. I believe I could be wrong here, and I'm just going to spit this out. I believe it's January 8th. I think it's January 8th is when the New York Rangers actually officially retire Henrik Lundqvist's number up at Madison Square Garden. So
Mm.
I'm looking to kind of maybe pick up a couple of things in that area prior to the retirement ceremony. Maybe there's a little bit of a spike that just makes it a little bit more conducive to flip. So those are the types of things that I'm kind of looking at from an investment perspective. So let us know what you're kind of thinking up here. I mean, obviously the show is meant to be interactive. We're kind of having fun over here, and I know that you
Yeah.
just got back from Detroit. Anything that you're looking at? Anything that you
Well, I'm
might?
looking to get back into sports betting a little more. I kind of, spent my load, I guess.
Because I also know a couple weeks ago that you sold a couple of Mac Jones cards. Is that something
Yeah.
that you're regretting? Because it looks like he's continuing to spike up here. You wish you held
No,
on
not
to
at
that
all.
stuff a little while longer, or you still kind of happy with?
I mean, it was a base rookie card that I got like $3 for.
Okay,
Um, and it wasn't like I think I got a really good deal for what I sent out because it wasn't him in his college or in his uniform, his Patriots uniform, so his college. And it wasn't any of the like high dollar or like super exciting ones. It was just a standard prestige um rookie card. And I got a couple bucks from it, was able to send out some flyers and some information to this person, and I'm pretty good. I don't feel like I have anything other than like maybe my Amon-Ra St. Brown signature card that
got
I
it.
want to like hold on to. Everything else, I'm
Okay.
pretty much good with letting them go if I get a good price for them. And those prices don't have to be, 10, $20. Nothing in my collection right now is worth really anything over $5, in my opinion. So,
So slow and steady is the approach that we're taking for Nathan's PC, which currently consists of one card.
yeah. Yeah, that
Well, I
one
mean,
card.
there's others, but that's the one that you're holding on to for the time being.
Yeah, no, I definitely have others like that I'll display that look cool, stuff like I got a Chase Young rookie card out of a 2020 pack a couple weeks ago, which was cool. But like I still don't consider that a very high ticket item. My Amon-Ra St. Brown is the one that like, hey, not that he could be like a Calvin Johnson level, but he could be the number one wide receiver on that team and have his signature is, that could be a 30, $40, $50 signature in a couple years if he develops and plays well. Much better than the oh man, I don't even know the name the player's signature that I got the first time. I got another signature card, but it was for a tackle that was like, I don't know, just a no-name player that I think got cut if I looked back. Like he's not even on an active roster anymore. So those are my two signatures. I have an auto for a guy that is no longer a football player, and then an auto for Amon-Ra St. Brown. So that's my personal collection as it stands.
Huh. All right. Well,
So
all right. Well, let's get into kind of making a couple of different kind of selections here. So I've just logged into the homepage of StatementGames.com. Maybe by the end of next week, we will actually have a good base of the separation completed. So the sports host people can go to sports host, and Statement Games will be reverting back to kind of Statement Games, and we'll get into more of that, in the weeks to kind of come here.
mhm.
But pretty kind of simple and easy. I like logging in utilizing the Gmail account, so I think you do like the same thing as well.
Yep.
This is currently what you're seeing when you log in. This is all kind of free to play. So um, we will also make picks under the username SG Live, but I'm actually in here kind of right now as founder. So that's what I'm playing with. So I think for this week here, that's what our picks will actually be made under.
Uh-huh.
And I haven't kind of done this in a while. I keep kind of forgetting here. Let me just go ahead and spin the wheel and top up my account with some more free coins here. What do you
Nice.
think? You want to put a little wager on what number we hit on here? I'm going to go with
I bet you
four.
get 6.
You going six? All right. Let's see what
Also,
we
that's a
get.
pretty nice, graphic there to the left.
There you go. Look at this. I just keep
Oh,
winning. I can't stop
yeah.
winning. Another 4 points or 4 coins have been added to my account. As of right now, I have 442. Keep in mind that you are playing for coins and you want to exchange those coins for cash gift cards of your choice by simply going over to the rewards section. Also, keep in mind that the Statement Games Rewards is completely accessible and you have to exchange them through the app kind of right now. So, although you can't play games within the app, you do have the ability to cash out your coins for rewards from within the app. So that's kind of like a working fine. So let's go back into the lobby here. We're going to be focusing on the Sunday night football game between the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs. I am just going to join this contest. By clicking join, you get a full description, a full overview of what you're kind of playing for. So by going 10 for 10 with your picks, I know that our partners over at Sports Host will come together with some kind of apparel. However, if you do go 10 for 10 with your picks here, I'm also going to come to the table with $100 cash. So, you know, play this game along kind of with us. Go 10 for 10 with your picks. And, I'll send you kind of $100 here. Of course, this is free to play. The rules are very simple. You have to go 10 for 10 with your picks. You also have to drop a comment in the comment section kind of below. Your comment needs to be constructed in a very specific format. Drop what your username is, what your number 10 pick is, and that's pretty much it here. But also keep in mind that it's your first entry, so you can play these games until you're completely blue in the face or until you run out of coins. But it's only your first entry that makes you eligible for the $100 cash kind of prize. It's a little scratch off, little lottery ticket. So make your first one a good one. I guess that's the best thing that I can kind of say here. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. I got a couple of ideas, but just in terms of the Sunday night game here, and any thoughts, any general comments that stick out in your mind here?
So I I'm not a fan of the Kansas City defense. I think that I don't know the exact stats off the top of my head, but I think they're pretty close to the top in points against and allowing yards against them, and which is a little different than where Kansas City has been in previous years. So, it's a matter of like putting Mahomes in a different situation where prior uh, he had the ability to kind of play his game at his pace, and the defense would keep up with them and keep the games. I mean, Mahomes could light up an opposing defense, and this year I feel like he hasn't been doing that as much, and the defense has been allowing the opposing teams to keep it stay in the game. So that's kind of where I'm at. I think their rushing game is kind of getting a little bit better later in the season, and for Denver, I think that they could be a little bit of a trap. I don't think that Denver's going to win, but I think Denver could very much keep this close. In a sense that you know, going into this, looking at this before the season, you probably could have circled this as like, oh man, Denver's really bad, Kansas City's really good. This will be a blowout. I don't think that's the case. Plus, it's division, so um, that comes with its own can of worms. So that's kind of what I'm seeing. What about you, Mark?
A lot of kind of the same things here. One, I'll just kind of jump into it, and this kind of alludes to my first pick over here. I mean, 47.5 is a number that kind of scares me in terms of the game total, over under. I would have liked to see that kind of game total, be a little bit higher, given that it's Patrick Mahomes. But it looks like some people are catching on to that. But I think with any division game here, I mean, obviously these teams play each other twice a year, and for teams like the Raiders and the Broncos and the Chargers and things like that. You're looking to knock the division champion off from like their pedestal, so to speak. Here, so I just think there's just a lot more familiarity
Yeah.
amongst kind of like the teams here, which makes the under picks much more attractive, to me. So with that said here, I would have wished that this number was kind of like, around like, 49, 50, 51. Um, I'm a I'm a little nervous about 47 and a half, but I'm not nervous enough to talk myself out of taking the under on the game total as my first and top pick here. So my first pick here, because of that familiarity, and hey, Denver's not playing kind of that bad,
Yeah.
and I don't think Kansas City is there. Kansas City. I'm still going to take total points under 47 and a half as my first pick.
All right. Huh. Okay. So let's see here. I think I like that. I also think that this is gonna be a close game, and I say that with a caveat of it could completely blow up in my face and become a not a close game where Denver gets shut out for some reason and Kansas City goes on. But I think you're still on the right path with the under 47 and a half. I'm gonna take the Kansas City Chiefs will not win by over 9.5 points. I think Denver's going to keep it close. And while I think the Chiefs will win, I don't think they're going to win by 10 points.
Cool. So hopefully everyone can kind of see that as we make picks, they move from the left hand side of the screen over to the right hand side of the screen. Um, I think you and I are pretty much like on the same page when it comes to the overall analysis or breakdown of this game here. I'm really kind of keen on that um, familiarity, divisional rivalry kind of
Yeah.
concept. So let's see here. I am going to take with my second pick. Denver's playing well. Kansas City is not Kansas City. I'm not comfortable taking, a lot of points with kind of Kansas City. So I'm going to lock in on the Kansas City as a team. I could get burned with a defensive score. I'm not 100% trustworthy of Teddy Bridgewater or anything like that here, but I'll still take Kansas City as a team under 28.5 points.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, you mentioned, a pick going for a touchdown, that kind of thing. Flip over the defensive category for me real quick. And you know what? I kind of like this. I want to take the Denver Broncos defense over 1.5 turnovers. Patrick
All right.
Mahomes, he gets into situations where he has to force the ball a little more this year, and the Broncos secondary is good. Um, and I think that they'll come away with at least one pick. So that just leaves the possibility of a fumble, which Clyde Edwards-Helaire has done in the past. Patrick Mahomes has done this year. There's a very good opportunity there for Denver to, they're going to keep it close. So they're going to have to do something to stop this high-powered offense, and turnovers will definitely do that.
Gotcha. This is getting scary because so far I like all of your picks.
That's a first.
Kind of like with that in mind here. I mean, look, I am not ready to lock in on any type of field goal kicker going over 2.5. But
Yeah.
um, look, Kansas City's defense is kind of playing well, but this is not like they're the 85 kind of Bears. I do see Denver kind of moving the ball a little bit, and I don't see them putting up like a lot of points. But I think they'll kind of get close to 16, anywhere between like 16 and 20 points here. So
Yeah.
give me Brandon McManus over 1.5 field goals.
Nice. All right. Flip over to the running backs for me. This is where I like. Oh, okay, right there. Um, Jeez, I like both of these actually. Um, Man, Okay, shoot, because I want Javonte Williams over that half a touchdown, but I also think the Darrell Williams plus Clyde Edwards-Helaire over a half a touchdown is a possibility. Yeah, I guess we'll have to go with that one. Darrell Williams plus Clyde Edwards-Helaire over a half a rushing touchdown, I feel like is a lock. That's right at the top. But that said, if anyone is looking for a bonus pick out of me, Javonte Williams over zero point 0.5 touchdowns.
There you
Um,
go. We'll just throw it in there. We'll
yeah,
make the final three off the line. We won't hold you 100% accountable for pick number five.
just split the
Um,
difference. Whichever
there
one
you go.
comes
And
through.
let's just for the purposes of an example, let's just kind of move our bonus pick into the number two slot, so people can actually just see that, hey, you know what, you are ranking your picks in order of confidence from 10 through 1. 10 is going to be your most confident, 1 is your least confident, and then through some very basic simple drag and drop functionality, you have the ability to order your picks in whatever way, shape, or form that you want. So we'll make 3 additional bonus picks offline. We'll also fill out a card under the SG Live kind of username here. And hey, drop a couple of bonus comments in the comment section with who you're kind of picking or anything like that here. And if you happen to beat those two handles, I'll also come to the. I got some just extra 2019, 2020, 2021 Statement Games T-shirts that I am committed to getting rid of prior to the close of the year. So
Yeah,
I'll throw in some T-shirts if you're able to, you know, beat one of
beat
those
the
two
two hand.
handles. Yeah,
Okay, nice.
one of
There
them.
you
You
go.
don't even have to beat both of them. Because this is our pick here. I'm sure when you fill out your card, you might do some things different. But we'll throw a couple of cards in there as well.
Sounds good. All right. Well, with that, make sure everyone out there is following on all social medias at Statement Games. Subscribe on YouTube, Statement Games Inc., as well as play statementgames.com or on the app store. Well, when things get
Yeah,
back to normal, which I'm sure will be soon.
it's sporthosts.statementgames.com or statementgames.com. Those are the two places where you can play this week. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Is it fair to say that we could potentially tip our head and where there might be even a third destination that comes to the table, such as idpguys.statementgames.com, something like that.
Hey,
Let's
hey.
get some of the bugs and the kinks kind of worked out, but yeah, we'll see.
Sounds awesome. Good stuff. Well, Mark, we'll be talking to you next week.
We'll catch you next week.